It having reached the hour of 5:30, I am calling the April 8th, 2025 Modesto City Council meeting to order and ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Councilmember Alvarez.
Here.
Councilmember Ricky.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Wright.
Here.
Councilmember Squitiapreta.
Here.
And Mayor Zwalin.
Here. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation from Lance Lowell Neighborhood Church.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this great community of Modesto. Thank you for the leaders who sit on this council and their service to protect, manage, and guide this city, as well as grow us into new seasons of opportunity. We pray for blessings on them and their families. During this Easter season, we're reminded, Lord, by your word, not to look to our own interest, but each of us should look to the interest of others, to follow your example, who became a servant of all and paid the highest price to meet our greatest need. Lord, help us to, all of us in this community, to walk in that kind of humility, service, and love in greater ways to our neighbors as you have loved us. We are thankful for this wonderful community. We thank you for all the progress that was reported this last month by our mayor in the State of the City address. Lord, continue to give these council members wisdom and strength to support, to even have greater improvements in the future. We thank you and we pray your blessings over the proceedings of this meeting. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Does the city clerk have any announcements?
Yes, Mayor. Just a reminder, public comment is 3 minutes, and there are blue speaker cards at the entrance of the chamber.
Thank you. Do any of the council members have any conflicts of interest? All right, seeing none, will the city attorney report out on closed session, please?
Yes, Mayor. The council met today regarding 2 items under closed session, one related to property negotiations and the other existing litigation. No reportable action was taken.
Thank you very much. Next is item 1, a presentation from Senator Maria Alvarado Gil to bestow the Woman of the Year award to Debbie Zier, volunteer chaplain for the Modesto Police Department. Welcome, Senator Alvarado Gil.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. It is my humble honor to be here today to talk about Debbie, because since 2015, she has served as the chaplain of the Modesto Police Department, offered unwavering compassion and support and guidance to our officers, staff, and families during some of the most challenging moments. Before joining Modesto PD, she began her chaplaincy in 2010, working with youth and demonstrating her lifelong commitment to service and care for other people. Her impact on the Modesto Police Department cannot be overstated. She is a trusted source of comfort and encouragement for officers and staff, and always available to lend an ear, provide words of support during these difficult times. She's a member of the department's peer support team, responding to critical incidents, assisting in debriefs, and helping officers navigate the mental and emotional toll of their daily work. She's been there in the aftermath of officer-involved shootings, traumatic calls, and personal struggles, always with the open heart and reassuring presence. There's simply nobody like Debbie, nor could there ever be, because when she walks into the room, a sense of calm follows. Her warmth and love and unwavering presence bring a peace that cannot be explained, only felt. She has a unique ability to make people feel safe and valued and cared for in ways that words cannot fully capture. And by caring for the well-being of our officers, she strengthens the department as a whole, which in turn has given us a lasting impact on the community at large. Debbie was honored as Chaplain of the Year in 2019, and today is my humble honor to recognize Debbie as the City of Modesto Woman of the Year. Now, these are not my words. These are the words of the City of Modesto, the captain, our chief, and all those who know Debbie. I only know Debbie as that person who unwaveringly supports the badge that she wears and the God that she honors. So on behalf of the state of California, I want to acknowledge and recognize and congratulate the selection of the 2025 Modesto Woman of the Year for the 4th Senate District, Ms. Debbie Zier. You know, Debbie is always so giving, and I took a pen to my speech today because Debbie would like us to honor and hold in prayer today our Blue families, and especially the family of Marysville Officer Osmar Rodarte, who is laid in rest today in his holy embrace. So I will cede the rest of my time in silence to memorize that officer. And when ready, I'd ask Debbie to come in and receive her award.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful opportunity to invite members of the City Council to partake in this very memorable event and participate in a photo. How do you hold it? And we'll look at.
Right. Congratulations, my friend. Love you.
Congratulations, Debbie. Welcome, sir.
We're all in line. Congratulations. God bless you.
No, I couldn't.
If Debbie was going to be here for a little bit longer, I was going to, as we do usually, have an opportunity for council members to make any comments regarding this presentation. Councilmember Escudia Brayton.
Thank you. Deb, don't leave the room. Anyways, I just wanted to welcome the senator to our humble Modesto and to thank her for bestowing this beautiful honor on our beautiful Debbie. We have been blessed to have her for the last 10 years and to share her life experience and her heart with all the work we do in the Modesto Police Department. And if I were to describe her, I would describe her as so kind and so thoughtful and so beautiful. And thank you very much, Debbie, for your love and commitment that you give to your work and the service you provide to Modesto. Congratulations.
All right, Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. Also, I'd like to thank Senator Alvarado Gil for allowing this to take place and then nominating and actually being here personally to bestow that honor upon Debbie. And Debbie, this is not an occupation for you. This is who you are. You are a true evangelical, and we respect you, we honor you, and we thank you today for doing everything that you have done and the things that you're going to do even on tomorrow. So congratulations.
All right, Councilmember Ricky.
Thanks, Mayor. Debbie, I just want to thank you for all your service to this city. Being a chaplain is incredibly challenging, and you do this out of the goodness of your heart for this community. It's appreciated, and thank you.
All right, Councilmember Wright.
Thank you, Mayor. Debbie, knowing what families go through when tragedy hits their home, having someone there that can comfort, be there to share love and understanding, that's what you do. And we are so proud to have you here as part of our team here in Modesto. God bless you, and look forward for another 20 years.
All right, Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to ditto what my colleagues said, and thank you again, Debbie, for your service.
All right, Councilmember Alvarez.
I'm going to piggyback on all of that. Thank you for your service, Debbie, and it's greatly appreciated. And Senator Marie Alvarado-Gil, thank you for attending in person. That really means a lot. I know you got a lot of miles on your car, traveling back and forth from Amador County to here and all over the district. So we appreciate you attending tonight. Thank you.
All right, I want to formally welcome our senator to our city. Thank you so much for being here this evening to honor Debbie. Debbie and I have been friends since high school, and she's just the same now as she was in the 1970s. We'll say. It's only 50 some years ago. Anyway, here we are. I'm so grateful for you and for the service that you've provided all of us for such a very long time. Thank you so much, Debbie.
I'm grateful for all of you.
All right. Would you like to come to the microphone and make any remarks?
Well, I'm just so humbly grateful. Serving this community has been nothing but a heart push-up for me. Sometimes tough, of course, but I have a big God. And I love you all, and I thank you all for being who you are, great examples to me to follow. Modesto Police Department is number one. They serve with integrity. There's not a day or night that doesn't go by that prayers are not being said, even in the midnight hour, for them and their families. But I thank all of you. I thank the senator for being who she is. She blazes the trail and sets another example for women to not give up and go for it through their faith and integrity. And I just only hope I could measure up to even half of that. But thank you all. God bless you all and your families. Stay safe. And again, I appreciate you in this award.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, next we will go on to item 2, a proclamation declaring April as Donate Life Month. I will read the proclamation. The City of Modesto recognizes the critical importance of organ and tissue donation in saving and healing lives. April is acknowledged as Donate Life Month, dedicated to raising awareness about the pressing need for organ and tissue donors and honoring those who have saved lives through the gift of donation. There are currently more than 100,000 individuals awaiting life-saving organ transplants, with 22 people on average tragically dying each day while waiting for a life-saving organ. The need for donor registration and education is paramount in addressing this situation and providing hope to those in need of transplants. Tissue and organ donations save lives and offer recipients the opportunity for renewed health and a second chance at life. One person can save up to 8 lives through organ donation and improve over 75 lives through tissue donation. Now therefore, I, Suze Wallen, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Donate Life Month in the City of Modesto and encourage residents to learn about the donation process, register as donors, and discuss their wishes with their families. Dated this 8th day of April 2025. Accepting this is Alyssa Garcia, Community Engagement Specialist, and Micah Shaneyfeld and Tiffany Parks, Donate Life Ambassadors. Please come to the podium, and we'd love to hear from you. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, City Council. We've been so lucky to be able to proclaim April as Donate Life Month for, the past many years that we've been able to. And I wanted to share some of the statistics that are local to Modesto. So in 2024, we had 43 organ donors that generously decided to register to donate their organs and tissues to save lives. And each of those 43 donors allowed 133 people to receive organ transplants. We also had 192 very brave and generous tissue donors that allowed for people to have a better quality of life, to receive things like corneas to restore vision, bones, ligaments, to be able to walk again, and skin grafts for burn victims. So April is the month that we raise awareness around organ and tissue donation. It's very special for us to be able to honor our donors, our donor families, celebrate our recipients, and then also raise awareness for those that are still waiting for organs and tissues. But I want to pass it over to Micah and Tiffany. They are Donate Life Ambassadors who have a profound impact when it comes to donation.
Welcome.
Hi. Hello, my name is Tiffany, and my son was Tyler Parks. He was 28 years old. His story was one that was controversial here in Stanislaus County. His story was on the front page of the Modesto Bee and also a subject of local podcasts and radio stations. Unfortunately, we lost him from a traumatic brain injury from a gunshot to his head. He was my only boy and a definite mama's boy. He was complicated and he struggled a lot here. He was my wild child, but he was also funny, kind, loving, and gave back to those less fortunate, even if it was just a burger, a cigarette, or even just a shower. The loss shook our entire family, and after 4 long days of tests, scans, and blood work, then no brain activity, and the doctor stating he was legally deceased on July 2nd, 2021, we finally realized we had to let him go and were given the option of donation. We were met by the amazing family resource coordinator from Donor Network West, and we were given time, information, and love through the entire process. Tyler saved 5 lives, and every organ was transplanted with success and no rejections. I have a wonderful relationship with 2 of the 5 recipients, and it's amazing. I received a thank you letter from all 5, which really doesn't happen very often. I got really lucky. That helps my heart and proves that good can definitely come out of bad. You never get over burying your child. But the process of organ donation and knowing there are people thriving and living life again due to the gift that he made, I could never be more proud of my son. And I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I have a few pictures I'd like to show you. Just one is of my son, Tyler, my baby. And the next one is his liver recipient. This was weeks before she was sitting in the hospital waiting for a transplant or waiting to pass. This is her a year later after receiving her organ, her liver, and celebrating with her family in Disneyland. This is why we do what we do, and this is what organ donation can do. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for this time to share a glimpse into my son Jackson's story and the beautiful miracle of organ donation. 2022, we got the news that redirected our family's lives. Our healthy oldest 12-year-old son got the chronic diagnosis of juvenile nephrotosis. This is a rare genetic kidney disease that causes children's kidneys to fail and needing a kidney transplant to live. At this moment, I watched my son's hopes and dreams for his future fade away with the drooping of his head. But I knew death was not the final answer. I knew I needed to quickly find a living donor since I had my own medical roadblocks from stopping me to give him one of my kidneys. Within a year, Jackson's kidneys failed. His body was so tired, and he just wanted to be able to graduate 8th grade with all of his friends. Seeing this beautiful community of Modesto, Turlock, Denair, and more that came together to support and spread Jackson's story gave my son hope in his eyes again. His story was shared by thousands, and in perfect timing, it reached Sarah, a lady in Sacramento who by chance just got done donating blood and wished she could do more. She got home, logged into her Instagram story, and on top in her story, she saw my son, a complete stranger, said to herself, she just knew she was going to be the one to help save Jackson. December 20th, 2023, we got a real Christmas miracle. Sarah was a perfect match, and she donated her kidney to Jackson. Death was stopped, and life came back into my son's eyes. A couple months later, he was able to graduate 8th grade with all of his friends and is now doing great. We also found out that 2 other ladies from Turlock donated kidneys in Jackson's name and saved 2 other lives. We are extremely blessed to be part of this community, and April will forever continue to be a month to celebrate new hope, new life, and the beautiful miracle of organ donation. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
This is Jackson.
Yes, Jackson, would you like to make any comments? Would you like to speak? It's up to you.
I'm just happy that they just like shared that there's a whole month for us, and because we've gone through a lot and we get to have another life technically, and everybody who's had or gone through needing a kidney transplant or any organ, they all had a glimpse of death, and they always just look down, but there's always that one miracle that happens, and you just get a whole new life. And I got to graduate 8th grade.
Oh. Congratulations. Thank you. Does anyone else have comments tonight to share? All right.
Lots of them.
I'm sure. If you would like to, you're welcome.
You've heard my story, so I'm not.
Okay. It's up to you. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Are there any comments from council members at this time? Jeremiah Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. First and foremost, my condolences to you losing your son, and at the same time, congratulations to those who received the rest of their life. And last but not least, go Giants.
Thank you. Okay.
Any other comments at this time? All right. My only comment is, and I emphasized this when I read the proclamation, to discuss your wishes with your families, everyone in the room. As some of you know, I was an emergency room nurse for 42 years, and that is so important for families to know how you feel about this. So if they are faced with making this decision, they freely participate and typically are just so grateful that they have the opportunity to take a very tragic situation and make it into something that can help someone else. So I encourage you to do that. That's my little action comment for tonight. So thank you so much for being here this evening, and I will now bring the proclamation down and present it.
News stories this year.
Yep.
Hi. It's nice. All right. So. Perfect outfit.
Ready?
Thank you so much. Forget your stuff.
Next is item 3, a proclamation declaring April as Fair Housing Month. Adequate housing is a basic need and right of all people. This year we celebrate the 57th anniversary of the Federal Fair Housing Act of 1968, which states that discrimination in the sale and rental of housing is illegal when based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The Fair Housing Amendments Act of 1988 extends fair housing rights to families with children and to disabled persons. California statutes additionally protect residents on the basis of age, marital status, sexual orientation, gender identity, and source of income. The City of Modesto supports fair housing efforts to eliminate discrimination in housing. As a community, we welcome all neighbors, recognizing the contributions of a wide variety of people from diverse backgrounds. We remain committed to fostering an inclusive community for all who choose to make their homes here, and support the efforts of fair housing organizations, concerned residents, and the housing and land use industries to achieve fair housing choice in Modesto. Now therefore, I, Suze Wallen, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Fair Housing Month and encourage our residents and community organizations to celebrate the value of diverse communities and to support the goal of equal housing opportunity for all. Accepting will be Isaac Pimentel, Fair Housing Outreach Coordinator, Project Sentinel. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Council. 57 years is amazing, considering that the Fair Housing Act has applied all these protected categories in which we can use as a tool as fair housing coordinators in order to ensure that our community and people here, the citizens of Modesto, are ensured equality when it comes to housing-related activities. 57 years going strong, applied through Title VIII of the Constitution, but it is still being attacked. Last month, DOJ ordered Housing and Urban Development to cease federal funding to housing-related agencies, and over 60 agencies were affected by this federal funding pause. But despite this, through our communities, through the City of Modesto, and through countless support of all kinds of agencies that we already have within our network, we are still able to continue to provide this support through our community and make sure through support through you, Council, you, Mayor, and the City of Modesto that we can ensure that there is still fair housing for all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any comments at this time from council members? Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. Having served on Project Sentinel 12 to 15 years ago, it's really good to see that you all are still around helping those who need the help. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Other comments? Seeing none at this time. Thank you for being here this evening, and I'll bring the proclamation down and present it.
Thank you very much. It's an honor. No, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll wait for all of them.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
He's in it?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. That's awesome to hear you.
Hi.
I work upon the central police estimation of district.
Thank you. All right, thanks again for being here.
It's a privilege.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right, item 4, proclamation declaring April as National Volunteer Month. I will read the proclamation. Over the past few years, we have seen that our community's spirit and commitment to service is thriving. This commitment to serving others illustrates the best of who we are as a city. During National Volunteer Month, we recognize the contributions that our city's volunteers make every day and encourage all residents to give back and make a difference in the community. And our commitment to service reflects our understanding that we can best meet our challenges when we join together. When we step forward to serve, it strengthens our sense of community. By helping others, volunteers also help themselves. They develop valuable skills, create a meaningful connection with their communities and service organizations, and experience the joy of contributing to an important cause. Volunteering can provide a pathway to employment, education, and other career-building opportunities. And by working together with nonprofits, community organizations, and the private sector, we can make our communities stronger, more successful, and flourishing. During National Volunteer Month, we celebrate those who volunteer and encourage more to follow their path. Everyone can have an impact through service. Now, therefore, I, Suze Wallen, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as National Volunteer Month in the City of Modesto and encourage our residents to join others in our community to volunteer and serve. Accepting this will be our Kiwanis Club representatives this evening. Will you please approach the podium?
Hi there, I'm Laura Mackey. I'm the president of North Modesto Kiwanis. And for our members, service is first and foremost in our heart. We're always looking for ways where we can help and support the community. Kiwanis is specifically about children, and we believe that when you give the child the chance to learn, to grow, to dream, and to thrive, amazing things happen. North Modesto Kiwanis works in many ways to support these ideas right here in Modesto. Our biggest fundraiser is coming up in June 6th, 7th, and 8th is the American Graffiti Car Show, where we earn over $150,000 and put it right back into the community for our children. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much for being here this evening. Comments from council members. Councilmember Escudia Brayton.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Kiwanis members, for coming. Thank you for all the work you do. You invest of your heart and your time. That's greatly appreciated. Similar to the work you do, the city has a volunteer program where we grateful that thousands of volunteers volunteer annually. On an average, we have an average of around 3,000 volunteers a year, volunteering anything in excess of maybe like 14,000 hours a year, which is immense. Just this past weekend, we celebrated, we recorded the 6,000th volunteer since 2023, which just shows you how many Modestans step up to give of their community. And volunteers are really special people because they give what is most valued, and that is of their time. It's not a dollar, it's not anything. Time is, that's the one thing that we're so spread thin on. So thank you for the time you dedicate And thank you to all of our volunteers, and I'm so glad that we have this proclamation that acknowledges the good work that our volunteers do. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Councilmember Williams.
You know I'm going to say something about Kiwanis. First of all, Anna doesn't have her Kiwanis pin on.
It's been noted.
Okay. That's a fine.
I've acknowledged it myself.
Okay. You can always borrow mine if you want to. First and foremost, there's a member from Kiwanis that was in Kiwanis for over 50 years who passed away, and his service will be at MJC on May the 7th at noon. His name is Steve Collins. Some of you may know him. Maybe those who are at home didn't know that Steve had passed on. His service will be at MJC May the 7th at noon. And certainly you may have known him from MJC or Kiwanians. But Kiwanis Clubs the Kiwanis Club is an outstanding club. I'm glad I have had the privilege of being in the club as a Kiwanian for the last 23 years. And the folks that I'm looking at today really make the difference for our car shows. And our president said we give out $150,000, but we raise $300,000 on that car show and parade. Thank you, Charlie, and all of those who participate with all of that. But, you know, Kiwanis is an outstanding organization. They meet at 7 a.m. on Thursday mornings at Fuzio's right down the street. Forgot to bring that up. But please come and support us, be a part of us. And we really enjoy making a difference for those 25 different nonprofits in the community that receive dollars that help them, even with the City of Modesto on the leisure bucks. Where's Jennifer? I saw her back there. There she is. Breakfast with Santa, so many things. So if you're looking to volunteer, as my colleague has said, you can volunteer for the city or you can volunteer and be a member of Kiwanis.
Or both.
Or both. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilmember Ricky.
Thanks, Mayor. I just want to thank the Kiwanis for all your contributions to our community. I mean, beyond graffiti, all the other stuff that you guys do for our community. And I also would, be remiss not to thank you for sharing Jeremiah with us up here on the council. So thanks again for all you do.
Yeah.
All right. Councilmember Scooty Brayton has another comment.
Sorry, Mayor.
No problem.
I should have indicated, if someone does wish to volunteer with the city, we have so many amazing volunteer opportunities, such as National Cleanup Day, we have Earth Day, just a variety, Eagle Scout projects, Mary Lou Grogan Soccer Complex projects, tagging and graffiti projects, Tuolumne River Regional Park projects. Please go to modestogov.com. It's an easy application to fill out, and it's just the return on investment. It's amazing. So thank you. I wanted to say that.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening, and I'll bring the proclamation down and present it.
Space section is back
Don't be shy. Yes, you
Look down, look all around. Jeez.
Thank you.
Your kids.
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, I know how to.
For kids, yeah.
Thank you.
Good man.
You got it on.
Good man.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. All right, next is item 5, a proclamation declaring April 22nd, 2025 as Earth Day. I will read the proclamation. "55 years ago in 1970, the very first Earth Day was organized. A new generation now carries the torch. Their untiring spirit continues to carry the national movement for environmental protection. We must continue to raise awareness and act on these critically important issues, including the health of the planet and our air, oceans, soil, ecosystems, wildlife, and human health. The theme for Earth Day 2025 is Our Power, Our Planet, inviting everyone around the world to unite behind renewable energy and to triple the global generation of clean electricity by 2030. Clean energy can reduce air and water pollution, mitigating both human and wildlife health risks. The City of Modesto encourages all businesses, institutions, and individuals to celebrate the Earth and commit to caring for the planet and its resources. Now therefore, I, Suze Wallen, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2025 as Earth Day and encourage our residents to participate in activities that promote environmental protection and create a healthier, safer, and brighter future for all people. Accepting will be our California Climate Action Fellows, Ariana Camacho Gallegos, Hannah Dominguez, Murphy Phillips, and Naray Bukale Benaway. I think I've got that. There we go. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Nere, and I serve as a California Climate Action Corps Fellow with the City of Modesto Solid Waste Division. For the past 7 months, I have worked with the City of Modesto Solid Waste Division to support SB 1383 and lead the Edible Food Recovery Program. My role includes educating the community about sorting waste properly and helping businesses donate extra food to people in need. Through our effort, we have educated over 1,300 people, especially students, through school presentation, teaching them about SB 1383 and why keeping food and organic waste out of landfill matter. As we observe Earth Month, a time to reflect and take action for our planet, we are focusing on food recovery, waste reduction, and climate education. In celebration of Earth Day, we are organizing a public event filled with eco-friendly activities, games, community resources, and free compost for local gardeners. Families are invited to enjoy a day in the park while learning about sustainable practices. This fellowship has been a powerful way to give back and promote sustainability in Modesto. In the coming months, we plan to grow our partnership with nonprofit and community groups in order to expand our food recovery effort. Thank you for this proclamation. It shows the City of Modesto's strong commitment to environmental leadership. My co-fellow and I are proud to be part of this and honored to continue serving our community. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here this evening. Are there any comments from council members? Councilmember Williams.
3 words. I'll see you there.
All right. Any other comments at this time? I just want to thank you so much for being fellows with the City of Modesto and for your service to our community and bringing awareness to these important issues. We really appreciate you all. Thank you again for being here, and I'll now bring the proclamation down to present it. appreciate you being here. Maybe I should stand right in between you two, and then I'll do it like this. Like, here. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Have room for the center. You guys connect. You connect. I know. You connect. I want you guys front and center. Yeah. All right. Ready? Here we go. Thanks again. There you go. Appreciate you very much. All right, next on the agenda is item 6. Consider accepting the resignation of Nancy Norton and Karen Adams from the Golf Courses Advisory Committee. Does council have any questions of staff? Seeing none, I will open this up to the public. I do not see any public comments. I'll close public comments. Are there any comments from council members? I'd like to thank them for their service. I have a resolution accepting the resignation of Nancy Norton and Karen Adams from the Golf Courses Advisory Committee. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilmember Wright.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Ricky. And will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scudetto Brayton.
Aye.
And Mayor Wallen.
Aye. Carries unanimously. Item 7, consider approving the appointment of Christopher Fox to the Modesto City County Airport Advisory Committee for a 4-year term with an expiration date of June 30th, 2029. Does council have questions of staff? Seeing none, I'll open item 7 up to the public. Are there any members of the public that would like to come forward? Seeing none, I will close public comments. Any comments from council members? Seeing none, I have a resolution approving the appointment of Christopher Fox to the Modesto City County Airport Advisory Committee for the position of public at large for a 4-year term with an expiration date of June 30th, 2029. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Williams.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wright. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scudetto Brayton.
Aye.
And Mayor Wallen.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 8. Consider approving the appointment of 4 vacancies to the City of Modesto Blight Abatement Advisory Committee for a 4-year term with an expiration date of December 31st, 2028. Does council have any questions of staff? Seeing none, I will open this item to the public, up to the public. I do not see anyone in public to speak on this item. I will close public comments. I have a resolution approving the appointments of Catherine Hall Boyer, Joshua Navarro, Jack Liguria, and Jeremy Brown to the Blight Abatement Advisory Committee for a 4-year term with an expiration date of December 31st, 2028. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilmember Wright, second by Councilmember Ricky. And will the clerk please call the roll for this item?
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scudetto Brayton.
Aye.
And Mayor Wallen.
Aye. Carries unanimously. Next on the agenda is public comment. As noted on the agenda, public comment will only be in person. Zoom will still be available for viewing and wordly translation. Thank you all for being here tonight. The City of Modesto Council meetings are a place where everyone is encouraged to listen, share views, and participate in the decision-making process that benefits our community. Your engagement is valuable, and it helps our council and city staff collaborate on finding solutions that enhance the quality of life for the residents of Modesto. To be fair and equitable, every individual has the right to speak at this council meeting. However, it is imperative that we foster and maintain a respectful environment for the well-being and safety for everyone present at these proceedings. It is the mayor's responsibility to preserve strict order and decorum at all council meetings. Pursuant to the Charter of the City of Modesto, Article 6, the Mayor, Section 601, Powers and Duties of Mayor, the mayor shall have the authority to preserve order at all council meetings and to remove or cause the removal of any person from any meeting of the council for disorderly conduct, to enforce the rules of the council, and to determine the order of business under the rules of the council. Accordingly, the city council meeting decorum rules are as follows. Please be respectful of all presenters, council members, staff, and members of the public. Please refrain from clapping other than following a presentation. All speakers are encouraged to state their name and city of residence. All questions must be directed to the mayor. Please do not block the view of others by holding signs up during council meetings. Time limits for public comment is 3 minutes, but may be limited at the discretion of the mayor to manage the business of the council. Speaking over others or interrupting while others have the floor is not permitted. Cell phones should be turned off or shall be set to vibrate during meetings. Thank you for your patience and participation as we work together to address the issues impacting the community. Maintaining order and decorum during the city council meeting is crucial in the effective governance of Modesto and ensuring the council's decisions are reflective of the community's priorities. Anyone disrupting the council meeting may be asked to leave. Does anyone wish to speak on any item under public comment? This is for items not on the council agenda, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Anyone wishing to address the city council is asked to follow the rules of decorum, which are posted at the entrance of the chambers. I will now read the names from the blue speaker cards and call them up to the podium as I receive them. First is Nancy Robinson. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayors Wallen and members of the Modesto City Council. It's my privilege to be here tonight. My name is Nancy Robinson. I'm president of the Modesto Garden Club. And first of all, I wanted to mention I attended the State of the City address by the mayor and the video that was shown 3 weeks ago. I was extremely impressed with the presentation, and I have encouraged others to watch the Measure H video, YouTube, to see the progress being made by the city because of the funds available from Measure H. I was truly impressed. I'm here this evening to let you know about our upcoming annual Spring Garden Tour. Our Spring Garden Tour will be held on Saturday, April 12th. That's this coming Saturday. From 10 until 4 this year, we have 4 lovely, unique homes and our own Modesto Garden Club office. Tickets are $25 each and may be purchased at any number of local merchants as well as our own Garden Club office and on our website. Attendees may also purchase tickets to over 60 fabulous Raffinity prizes at our Garden Club office, where we will also serve refreshments. Some of the Raffinity items and food have been donated by local businesses, and we appreciate the support. This is the largest fundraiser for the year, and it allows us to provide $9,000 in scholarships to students who are studying horticulture, agriculture, and other related fields. We would appreciate the support from the community for all our efforts. As the largest garden club in California and possibly in the United States, with almost 400 members, we have many philanthropic projects. We are in 19 elementary schools teaching children how to grow their own food, making healthy food choices, and hands-on practical learning. We do therapeutic gardening in senior living facilities. We also maintain gardens around town, like the Eileen Gallo Memorial Clock, which has just been replanted. The 150 downtown pots, which will be replanted on Saturday, April 26th. The Senior Citizen Center, our own Centennial Garden and Memorial Rose Garden, the K-Street Parklet, and the George Lucas Plaza. Saturday, May 3rd, we're having a vendor fair plant sale. This is a new endeavor for us, and it's free to the public. We will be having approximately 20 vendors as well as food available and plants grown by our own members. It will be at Modesto Covenant Church on Floyd Avenue from 10 until 4. Come and see all the goodies we have. Another upcoming event is the summer table viewing on Wednesday, June 11th at Del Rio Country Club from 1 until 7. As always, the 30 tables are set each creatively and fabulous by various individuals. Tickets are only $10, and we will have a raffinity at this event. Tickets for both portions of this event are available at the door. We're looking forward to the community support and for our Spring Garden Tour, April 12th from 10 until 4. Thank you for your attention this evening. Good to see all of you.
Thank you. Next is Danielle Morgart. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council members. My name is Danielle Morgart. I'm from the Office of Assemblyman Juan Alanis, here to provide a legislative report. So this week, Assemblyman Alanis has been able to present a number of his bills in committee and on the floor. Yesterday, he presented ACR 15, which would declare April 15th as California Propane Day. Today, he presented AB 873, which is the dental board requirements at the Business and Professions Committee. And then tomorrow, he will present AB 16, the elections ballot counting and the Elections Committee. AB 17, elections president's maps, will be presented in appropriations. Looks like there will not be a presentation, but will be up for discussion. And then also tomorrow, AB 240, which is a rural county community college study, will be up for discussion in Assembly appropriations, as well as AB 528, child sexual abuse material. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that report. Next is Chris Eggers. Welcome.
Hello, Council. On March 12th, item 1, March 12th, I spoke with Edith at the city manager's office regarding a letter I'd received from my alarm company. She said she'd have someone in the office get back to me within 48 business hours. Tomorrow will be 4 weeks, and I've yet to hear back from anybody at the city manager's office. Item 2, in July of last year, following another July 4th night-long barrage of illegal fireworks and M80 explosions, bombs really, near Del Mar Avenue, I spoke on the phone with the mayor regarding my ideas for real, cost-effective fireworks enforcement in 2025. She asked if I would like to meet with the police chief regarding this, and she would set it up. I replied yes, but again, I have not heard from the police department, the police chief, or the mayor's office in 9 months' time. Item 3, I left a voicemail for council member Bavaro recently regarding overgrown weeds and lawn regarding the property at Stanislaus Surgical Hospital that's been abandoned by the doctors for failure to meet surgical codes, as well as 14 dead trees, city dead trees in a block of East Orangeburg. And to his credit, he promptly replied my call within an hour, actually, so he gets an attaboy. I must tell you, though, I am disappointed that the council is focused on another tempting, shiny object, the soccer stadium. I missed that in the B. I get the B days later. The last city boondoggle, Money Pit, the Red Lion complex, on the same property, by the way, that I believe taxpayers kept afloat with $600 grand annually for 30 years, is to be leveled for the proposed stadium. I reluctantly voted for the recent city tax increase, naively believing that it was necessary to maintain or improve basic city services, and now there's apparently money for stadiums. I feel like I've been duped. I'm still livid about the $600,000 water fountain outside the doors of this building. Talk about egregious government waste. Regarding the 14 dead trees on East Orangeburg, why have they not already been removed? Numerous city crews, city personnel, management pass these clearly visible eyesores every day. Is there no initiative to report them for removal by city staff? Going forward, I urge you to be a Scrooge with limited taxpayer funds. I suggest the city stick to basic city services and prepare for the looming recession at our doorstep, and be ready for the budget shortfalls just ahead. Our economy's foundation is ag, as you know. The idiotic king in Washington just made a big dump of tariffs in our economic pond. The ripples will hit us hard, just ask the Farm Bureau. And the pain will cascade from ag to retail with consumer belt tightening. And your revenue stream along with it. It will not be a short nor a shallow recession. China is buying their nuts elsewhere, and Canada and the European Union will be slow, if ever, to buy our wines again. My advice, build up your cash reserve to make it through the next cash crunch. One more paragraph. Beware of being seduced by a pie-in-the-sky, bloated revenue projections and the depressed building cost estimates made by a stadium developer with little or no skin in the game. If the stadium is such an attractive venture, why isn't the private sector pursuing it? Let the private sector build it and assume the risk. And also, our legacy costs are ever increasing. Given a history of prior council's blunders, sometimes it's hard to see the best and brightest that government claims to attract. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next is, thank you, Scotty. Next is Arthur Fabella.
What do you propose?
Arthur?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Council. I'm Arthur Fabella, and I am a resident of West Modesto. I live across from one of the proposed stadium sites at John Thurman Field, and I'm here in support of that site. And I know one of the big concerns is traffic, and I think I have a pretty realistic solution for that, and the solution is Sunset Boulevard. One of the diagrams of our meeting last week shows two of the John Thurman sites, one showing Sunset going through and one not. I think it's important that it would have to go through for the flow of traffic and for emergency personnel and that kind of stuff that the city needs to operate. So now, if you're familiar with the neighborhood, I know that's the big concern, traffic going through the neighborhood. North of Tuolumne, you go through that neighborhood. Some of the roads are like you can barely fit two cars through. Others are normal, and then we have Sunset Boulevard, and it's wide, it's big, it's like a plaza way, and you got to ask you have to ask yourself, what were they thinking when they built this road so wide? What were the developers thinking? What was the city council thinking? And I tell you what they're thinking. Municipal golf course and that whole parcel with the baseball field, it's destined for something great. It's not destined for a bunch of homes. It is destined for something that it has been doing for our community for like 100 years, starting out as an airport. So from Sunset, I already told it's very wide. So if we were to, it'd be very easy to divide. I know that when the games would be out, that's going to be our biggest concern. It'd be very easy to divide traffic in half. If you were to go north on the Sunset Boulevard, it takes you right into Cesar Chavez Park, where we have a lot of exciting things going on there. From there, it takes you to 3rd, and for 3rd, it takes you to G. And where does G go? Right straight to the freeway, right straight to 5th Street southbound and 6th Street northbound. So I think that's something that really needs to be looked into. The Sunset Boulevard is one of the big solutions. And like I said, I envision coming down Sunset Boulevard into a big marquee with whatever our new soccer team's name is. And I'm looking forward to it. And thank you very much, Council, for your time.
Thank you. Next is Lena Ortega. Leno? Leno.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council, for that opportunity. As it's been said by Isaac Pimentel, how I understand there is, to this time, equal housing that was signed back in, I guess, 68 or 62. I'm not too sure on the years. But my concern is that, is the funding at pause, those that, like for the Section 8 and the HUD, that's what I wanted to know for the city of Modesto and this county. Is it totally, there's no funding, or? That's what I want to understand. Because, I mean, I've been on the housing since housing list with Stanislaus County Housing Authority since 2018. And I've had a good attitude. I've been patient. I've been a law-abiding citizen. I've been working since the 70s, and I did do my part of paying taxes and living accordingly. I just, as a senior, I mean, I guess 55 and over is considered senior, but I would like that the city council and with all your due honor, is that something could be done where persons as myself could get that assistance for housing.
All right.
You know, I mean, I don't know all this. That's just, I would like that question answered. I mean.
All right. So what we'll do is Allison will give you her contact information. We can get all of your questions answered in probably setting up a meeting or some sort of communication to do that. All right. Thank you very much. Next, Dominique Johnson.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, Vice Mayor. Thank you so much. My name is Dominique Johnson. I'm a resident of Salida, but I am the Executive Director of the Stanislaus Arts Council. And we are located right down the street at 1315 J Street, where we serve as the state local partner of the California Arts Council. What that means is that we are on a mission to support, promote, and advocate for artists and creative endeavors that provide cultural and essential opportunities to those in Stanislaus County. And Modesto is our largest population that we directly work with. I come tonight just to say thank you for everything that you've done in our county that supports the arts, but also to invite you. We've got quite a few things going on that have been really successful, and I would love to see some of your faces at some of our upcoming events. So we have our third Thursday Art Walk that runs February to October every year, and it is from 5 to 8 p.m. Our next one is April 17th here in downtown Modesto. Last month we had 27 different artists in attendance, and we had over 1,000 participants more this March than we did last March, and we just see that that is growing. So we had about 4,500 community members show up to this event, and on average they spent about 120 minutes downtown and spent over $100 each. So it was really amazing to see the participation with the artists, also the economic stimulus that is created through the arts activities. One more thing I would love to invite you to is we have an emerging artist exhibition up in our space right now. We have a gallery program that we operate in our downtown space. And we will have an artist reception on Saturday, April 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. So after everybody is done doing their volunteering with Love Modesto, we hope that you can come down, meet some local artists, and celebrate with us. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And I will encourage you and anyone else that has calendar information to please send that to us.
Absolutely.
At my office or any of the council members' office, because that's really the only way it gets on our calendar. So I really appreciate that.
No problem. I'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great. Any other members of the public that would like to speak at this time regarding items not on the agenda? All right. Okay, Kevin.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So I was one of the people who attended the event on Saturday, and it was the event basically in defense of Social Security, Medicare, and Medi-Cal. and also some of the other institutions that are being threatened right now by the Trump administration that are either being eliminated altogether or defunded. But anyway, I do want to acknowledge that the Modesto Police were very accommodating and allowed us to participate in to exercise our First Amendment rights, and we are very appreciative of that. And but the one thing that I would like to note is that there was a gentleman, well, I guess not much of a gentleman, a person in a Tesla who was able to bring his vehicle into the crowd at 5 Points. He was able to drive right into that little circle, the circle of McHenry and Downey, you know, that little circle at 5 Points. And he was able to do a little sideshow in his vehicle and spin around and around and around in circles. And it was extremely dangerous. He could have spun out of control. He could have killed people. And I'm wondering if there is a way that, you know, in these future events, if somehow traffic could be blocked in such a way that nobody is able to do anything like that. Because this could have been extremely dangerous. You know, I mean, accessibility to the crowds by vehicles should be limited in some way to protect people. These are all American citizens. These are not out of control people burning buildings or committing vandalism. These are housewives. These are people who work all the time. These are citizens who pay taxes. These are people who are dependent upon the institutions that we've always come to believe are always going to be there for us. And now all of a sudden these institutions are being threatened. And social services that people have depended on all their lives are being threatened. These are good Americans. These are not people who are causing trouble. And they deserve to go home to their families and not to be killed by somebody in a Tesla who's out of control or any other vehicle. So if you could please look into safeguarding these events in the future, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other members of the public that would like to speak? Okay. Are there others? All right. Before we start consent items, we will take a 7-minute break and return at 6:50 p.m. Thank you. All right, we will resume our meeting, and I would like to excuse Councilmember Williams for the remainder of the meeting. Next on the agenda is consent items. An item may be removed from consent and discussed at the request of a member of the public or council member. Is there anyone on the council that would like a consent item removed for further discussion? Seeing none, is there anyone in the public that would like an item removed from consent for further discussion or comment? Oh, all right. Please step up to the podium.
Item 11.
All right, would you like that removed for discussion, or did you,
I had a question on it.
all right. So why don't we remove it for discussion and then just take a seat close by, and when it comes up, we'll address your question. All right, will the city clerk please read the consent items?
Item 9, consider approving the minutes for the March 11, 2025 council meeting. Item 10, consider approving final adoption of ordinance 3791 CS, authorizing the levy of special taxes within the City of Modesto, held within the City of Modesto Community Facilities District number 2025-1, Kiernan Business Park South, number 2. Item 11 was removed from consent. Item 12, consider approving the purchase for preservation of historical city council record services with Co-File Technologies Incorporated out of Sacramento, California, and the amount not to exceed $101,649. Item 13, consider accepting the 2024 annual report of the city's citizens advisory boards, commissions, and committees. Item 14, consider approving the 2025-2026 state and federal legislative priorities. Item 15, consider accepting the informational fiscal year 2024-2025 general fund mid-year update report and approving the recommended budget adjustments to the major general fund revenues and expenditures and amending the fiscal year 2024-2025 annual operating budget. Item 16, consider approving the recommended budget adjustments to fiscal year 2024-2025 annual operating and capital improvement program budgets. Item 17, consider accepting the La Loma Phase 3A Straighten and Replace Water Mains Project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $6,250,690 to United Pavement Maintenance Incorporated of Houston, California, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 18, consider accepting the Tuolumne River Regional Park non-motorized boat launch project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $1,881,396 to Harris Builders Incorporated of Hillmar, California, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 19, consider accepting the Palmdale Avenue pavement rehabilitation Dale Road to Detroit Lane STPL 5059242 project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $2,269,156 to Pavement Coating Company of Sacramento, California, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 20, consider approving the plans and specs for the Mary E. Grogan Community Park parking lot resurfacing project, accepting the bid and awarding a construction contract to DRT Grading and Pavement Incorporated of Sunol, California, in the amount of $84,607. Item 21, consider approving the First Amendment with Flow West LLC of Oakland, California for additional tasks related to environmental documentation, permitting, construction documentation, and bidding and construction support for the Tuolumne River Regional Park Gateway Parso River Overlook Project, increasing the agreement amount by $132,701 and increasing the contingency from 10% to 20%. Item 22, consider accepting the monthly investment report for January 2025. Item 23, consider approving the submittal of grant applications, accepting grant awards, and amending the annual budgets for all waste tire cleanup grants to California Department of Resources and Recovery. Item 24, consider approving the submittal of grant applications, accepting grant awards, and amending the annual budgets for all waste tire amnesty grants to the California Department of Resources, Recycling, and Recovery. Item 25, consider approving the submittal of grant applications, accepting grant awards, and amending the annual budgets for all waste tire enforcement grants to the California Department of Resources, Recycling, and Recovery. Item 26, consider approving the First Amendment to the Site-to-Site Communications Services Agreement with Aera Technologies Incorporated out of Modesto, California, increasing the agreement amount by $117,400 $500 and extending the term of the agreement from July 14th, 2027 to July 14th, 2030. Item 27, consider approving the plans and specifications for the downtown Signal Coordination G Street and H Street CML 5059261 project, accepting the bid and awarding a construction contract to Bear Electrical Solutions LLC of Alvisto, California, in the amount of $1,176,085 and a 20% contingency amount of $235,217 for a total amount not to exceed $1,411,302. And item 28, consider approving the plans and specs for the Coffee Road Straighten and Replace Water Mains Project, accepting the bid and awarding a construction contract to United Pavement Maintenance Incorporated out of Houston in the amount of $2,338,210 and authorizing 20% in contingency if needed for a total payment amount not to exceed $2,805,852.
All right. May I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Motion to approve all items except number 11.
All right, I have a motion by Councilmember Wright.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Ricky, and will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Alvarez?
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro?
Aye.
Councilmember Wright?
Aye.
Councilmember Scutier-Brayton?
Aye.
And Mayor Zwollen?
Aye. Carries 6-0. Now we will go back to item 11. Consider approving final adoption of ordinance 3792-C.S in connection with City of Modesto Community Facilities District Number 2012-1 Kernan Business Park South, authorizing the cessation of the levy of related special taxes and the extinguishment and cancellation of all related liens and dissolving said Community Facilities District. And we will have a staff report. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. This is the second reading of an ordinance that is actually forming a new CFD, which will be bounded by American Banks, Pellendale, and Dale, to ensure that the property owners within the CFD have a shared structure to pay for the infrastructure, as well as a funding stream for ongoing maintenance.
All right. Are there any questions from council members of staff regarding item 11, consent item 11? Councilmember Wright.
Thank you, Mayor. So this would also pay for parks, any landscaping they have in the CFD area, correct?
So this Community Facilities District, the shared infrastructure is actually the redevelopment of Bangs Avenue, and then it will pay for ongoing landscape maintenance along the exterior of the area.
And also, is there a park in the subdivision?
In this specific CFD, there is no park.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions from council members regarding this item? Seeing none, are there any members of the public that would like to come forward regarding consent item 11 that's now open for discussion?
Hi, so what I wanted to know was what the reason was that the special tax was assessed in the first place, why it originally was assessed, what purpose the special tax serves, and third, why is it being dissolved at this point? Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so for new development within the City of Modesto, we form a Community Facilities District, which pays for the infrastructure impacts to the development, to the new development that's happening. And so the previous development, or the previous CFD, was formed in 2012 when we had different facilities that we needed to actually build. And so because the development's happening different than what we thought, we're actually dissolving the old one and creating a new one to only actually pay for and maintain what we need to accommodate both the multifamily and single family. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Any other comments from the public regarding item 11? Seeing none, any comments from council members? Seeing none, I need a motion approving final adoption of ordinance 3792-C.S in connection with City of Modesto Community Facilities District Number 2012-1 Kernan Business Park South, authorizing the cessation of the levy of related special taxes and the extinguishment and cancellation of all related liens and dissolving said community facilities district. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Vice Mayor Bavaro,
Second.
seconded by Councilmember Wright, and will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scutia-Brayton.
Aye.
And Mayor Swallow.
Aye. Carries 6-0. Next on the agenda is council comments and reports. Do any council members have comments and reports? Councilmember Scutia-Brayton.
We haven't met for a while, but so it's good to be back. But since we last met, I was part of a delegation to Sacramento with a group, San Joaquin Valley Voice. It's the annual advocacy trip to visit our California representatives in Sacramento. And it was a great visit. It was a group of perhaps 20 elected officials from representing 8 counties in the valley and various executive directors from the local COGS, Council of Governments. But the visit was very fruitful because we have approximately 30 new legislators. Those are brand new legislators that really need to be informed about the value of Central Valley and just in particular to California. So it was fruitful in that we got to inform them of what we do and how we could collaborate with them and why funding and support to Central Valley and Modesto is so critical. Also, what was fruitful about it is we were informed that they have reinvigorated what they used to have, which was a Central Valley Caucus. So the Central Valley Caucus is a group of legislators that convene frequently to address specific Central Valley needs and issues. So the fact that this entity is being reunited is definitely a good thing for Central Valley and definitely for Modesto. Also, since the last time we met, I was accompanied by the mayor, Councilmember Alvarez, and Vice Mayor Bavaro to celebrate women in the Women in Construction Luncheon. And that was a great event to, again, just not only celebrate women, but women in construction, which is an industry that hasn't always been easy for women to get into. So that was a wonderful event. And I just wanted to conclude with highlighting something that was approved in our consent, and that's consent number, item number 13, and that was the 2024 Citizens Advisory Group Annual Report. This report is a wonderful report that's really going to highlight the various the work of our various citizens advisory groups. We have a lot of them, and up until now, we haven't really known the breadth and scope of their work. But now with this annual report, we'll be able to identify specifically the accomplishments of the groups. We'll be able to identify how often the groups meet, and we'll be able to identify and speak to the attendance of the various members of these different groups. This is all very helpful information when we need to decide if we need to adjust the objectives and the charge of the particular group, or if we're simply deciding whether a member is up for reappointment and whether they are a good fit to continue serving in that capacity or not. So again, I think that this report is very progressive and proactive, and I would like to thank the staff and everyone that contributed to making that happen. And it shall be coming out yearly in March and will be made public. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. Councilmember Ricky.
Oh, thanks, Mayor. I've been hearing a lot of people lately complaining about the roads in Modesto, and I just think we need to talk about it a little bit because the city's been making real progress. Our current overall PCI ranking is 62, and it's a significant improvement from where we were. And I think that we need to acknowledge the city's effort and their progress. The city also is working on a pathway to get to a 72 PCI ranking or a good or excellent roadway rating within the next 10 years. So Modesto is going to keep fighting to make our roads better. If you see roads with serious issues, report them on the Go Modesto app, or you can also send me an email. I've been working on our feral cat issue, and I think we're starting to see some progress. While it's become clear that our system has deficiencies, the solutions are beginning to kind of emerge. We need fair and consistent licensing. We need better access to spay and neuter. And we need a system that takes more responsibility for reducing the impact of feral animals, especially cats, on our community, from our parks to our homes to our neighborhoods. And finally, blight is a real challenge in lots of cities, but I'm really proud of the work that Modesto's doing. Between the city's blight abatement team and our bulky item pickup program that now not only serves single-family homes, but also apartments and condos, the city's making real progress on blight. I'm really excited about it, and I just want to thank our staff for all the hard work they're doing on it. Thanks, Mayor.
You're welcome. Thank you. Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, we had a gentleman from my district that spoke before us, addressing us during Hear the Public. And one of the things he mentioned was the fireworks. And I just want to remind people who are watching tonight that the City Council did last year double our penalties for firework use from $1,000 to $2,000, and the maximum is going to be, I believe, $4,000 if they are found using illegal fireworks, and also I believe a $10,000 fine for distribution and sale of fireworks. Also, this last Saturday, La Loma celebrated again the La Loma Pollinator Festival. Again, one of the most active communities, certainly in my district, the most active community. And it was a great success, several hundred people, and appreciated being able to participate in that. Just a reminder, we're coming up next week on the 14th of April, our budget workshops. This is a very critical time, and we would certainly like to see people who have an interest to attend those meetings. And finally, I'd like to just comment, last Sunday I was interviewed by a third grader from Lakewood Elementary School, and she did note that she was in the gated program, I believe that's what they call it. Yeah. And actually she intimidated me somewhat. She asked, one of the first questions she asked was, so how many women are on the city council? And I said, well, there's the mayor and there's Rosa. And then she said, well, how many people sit on the council? And I said, 7, counting the mayor. And she looked at me and goes, And I think when she gets to the point of running, I'm sure there'll probably be 7 women on this council, including the mayor. But she was a delightful and smart young person, and I really appreciated the opportunity to meet her. So that's the end of my week.
Thank you. Any other council members that would like to report? As was mentioned, there's, Councilmember Wright.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to mention something about Dignity Moves. I don't know, Mayor, were you going to speak on that?
Feel free to go right ahead.
Go ahead. Well, anyway, we had the ribbon cutting, I think over 2 weeks ago, opened 42, I think it was 42 units, am I correct?
42 units.
42 units, and I think we've already have 10 or 11 clients already in those units, and so we are working hard here in Modesto to make this a better place for everyone, especially for our citizens that really need help, and getting in the right help and getting them into the right facilities. But anyway, it was nice to see our council there, and also we had our board of supervisors there, and it was a lot of people there to see what we're really doing there on 9th and D Street. Thank you, Mayor.
Right, thank you. Any other council members at this time? All right. As was mentioned, it's been a few weeks since we've met here, so I have dozens of items I could report on, but I'm going to limit it to a few. One that was mentioned was the State of the City speech, and the video was also mentioned on Measure H. It is a 15-minute video that every single person that I have spoken to that has seen that video comments on what a great report it is that reflects the work that our city has done to improve Modesto. So I encourage anyone to watch the video. It's 15 minutes. It will make you proud to know that your Measure H dollars are being well spent. I am a part, along with Councilmember Williams, of the Safe Streets for All task force, and we recently had a meeting. So soon you will see yard signs that will remind all of us to slow down when we see children in our neighborhoods, and so you will there's much forthcoming regarding Safe Streets for All. The goal of the task force, it's a lot of information, but to make it simple is to have 0 fatalities. That's the goal. So we have a lot of work to do. We had Karen Ross here for our Farm Worker of the Year celebration that was put on by Modesto Rotary. She is the Secretary of the California Department of Food and Agriculture, and she gave a very inspiring talk, so we were honored to have her in Modesto. And then on Wednesday, April 2nd, Governor Newsom was in Modesto to describe and open the California Master Plan for Career Education. And this was at our Regional Fire Training Center. And I think he felt welcome and comfortable here, and we enjoyed our time together. That concludes my comments at this time. Does the city manager have any comments and reports?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As Vice Mayor Bavaro had mentioned, our budget workshops start next week. They'll run Monday through Wednesday, potentially into Thursday if necessary. Our first meeting is Monday, April 14th at 5. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. At 5 o'clock in the evening, and we'll resume Tuesday morning at 8:30. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next on the agenda is hearings. Item 29, a hearing to consider approving rezone from Plan Development Zone P-D 179 to mixed-use highway zone on property located at 2800 Sisk Road, assessor parcel number 005-037-025, and we will have a staff report.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, Jessica Hill, Director of Community and Economic Development. So this is a rezone from a planned development to mixed-use highway. It's a 5.3 acre parcel, which is located at 2800 Sisk Road, and was developed with the former Orchard Supply hardware store and has been vacant since 2018. So the planned development zone was adopted in 1978, which allowed for only a hardware, farm supply, or home improvement center, or an off-street parking area. So due to the limited land uses, the building has remained unoccupied, which has led to code enforcement and upkeep issues. So overview of the site. So the applicant actually decided to submit an application to ensure that they could broaden the uses which would be available to help fill this vacant spot. So when we look at the site in the overview, the general plan designation is commercial, and then surrounding the plan development is the mixed-use highway zones. This is the rezone site itself, and then some of the businesses in surrounding areas. So to the north, we have Mancini's, to the south, we have Toys R Us, and then those are the properties to both the east and west. So in our review, the proposed change will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare, and will result in an orderly planned use of land. And it's also in accordance with the general plan and any applicable specific plans. It's consistent with our general plan of the quality of life and infill incentives to, again, help fill these vacant buildings. We referred the project out to our internal and external partners, and the standard conditions of approval have been applied to this project. Staff has prepared an initial studied negative declaration, and that has no impact to the environment. And the public review, the 20-day public review, commenced in February 3rd and concluded on February 23rd. The Planning Commission did see this item and recommended unanimous approval and forwarding to council on their February 24th meeting. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right, does council have any questions of staff? Councilmember Ricky.
First of all, I'm excited that you're doing this. But do you have any indication of kind of what directions that the property owner is considering in terms of plans?
We've been working really closely with them. We do have them in the audience today. I know they've been looking at a variety of different options. I don't think we've landed on anything specific yet,
Okay.
but hoping that this broadens the opportunities for them.
There's been a lot of community interest in that property, so thank you.
All right, Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. To ditto Councilman Ricky, I too am excited about this kind of project. I'd like to see more of these changes of codes so we can get these buildings filled up with businesses. One of the options I would like to see, this is a personal interest, is maybe a Total Wines and More. That'd be a great location. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, Councilmember Ricky? Okay, all right. Sorry, saw your name there again. That's all right. Any other council members that have questions of staff? Seeing none, I'll now open the public hearing. Are there any members of the public that would like to come forward regarding this item? Seeing none, I will close public comments. Any comments from council members? I'm really looking forward to the future of this property. This will take 2 votes, a resolution adopting negative declaration for a rezone of 5.3 acres from Planned Development Zone P-D179 to Mixed-Use Highway Zone, property located at 2800 Sisk Road. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Bavaro and second by Councilmember Wright. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Councilmember Scutierrez.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwallen.
Aye. Carries 6-0. Next, I need a motion introducing and waiving the first reading of an ordinance amending section 13-3-8 of the zoning map of the City of Modesto to rezone 5.3 acres from Planned Development Zone PD-179 to Mixed-Use Highway Zone, property located at 2800 Sisk Road. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Scutierrez.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Alvarez. And will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ricky.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
Councilmember Scutierrez.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwallen.
Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Are there any matters too late for the agenda? Seeing none, I'm calling this meeting of the City Council be adjourned.